Okay, about buy to let mortgages and the fixed rates and the lender fees. One common feature among a lot of buy to let mortgage products these days is the astronomical and almost extortionate fees attached to it. Some of the fees are as high as 7% of the loan amount. Okay, so when you are choosing your fixed rate mortgage as a buy to let borrower, and maybe you want a short-term fixed mortgage because you don't want to tie yourself down to a long-term fixed rate mortgage, just be aware and be aware of the fees and the implication it will have going forward on the mortgage you're about to take. For instance, if you take a 2-year fixed rate mortgage with a 7% fee on top of it, the rate might be very, very attractive. But when you add that 7% fee to it, what it means is that if you're adding the fee to the loan, you're owing the loan plus the fee amount. So in 2 years' time, when your mortgage is up for remortgage, what you're owing at that time is the mortgage amount plus the fee you've added to it. And when you are now remortgaging, if there is any lender fees to be added, it will be added on top of the existing one that you already have. So your consideration should then be, if you remortgage that property, say at 75 or even 80% loan to value in 2 years' time, would the property have appreciated enough to cover both the loan amount the new loan amount in 2 years' time plus the fees that are going to be added in that 2 years' time? Or will you now be having to stump up extra cash to pay off the balance when those fees are added? So these are things to be very, very considerate about, to consider when you are taking out a buy-to-let mortgage, because yes, it might be worth it in the short run, but in the long run, just consider the implications. Or if that's doesn't work out for you, you can then compare that with a longer term fixed rate and see maybe the property might appreciate a little bit better in the longer term, though the rates might be higher now, but in the longer term, say 5-year fixed term, maybe the property might have appreciated better over that longer term to be able to absorb those fees by the time you remortgage again, to take out, maybe you want to take out equity from property or just to have enough to repay the mortgage. So it's very important to consider that when you are making decision on what fixed rate mortgage product you want to take for your buy to let mortgages, because the fees are now very integral part of the considerations we make on behalf of our client when we make decisions, when we select or recommend products to them. If you don't take those fees into consideration, when it's time for you to remortgage, you find out that you have a higher amount of loan outstanding, especially if it's on interest only. You have a higher amount of loan outstanding, and you may not have enough equity in the property to cover even the loan that you took out initially when you are trying to remortgage it. So bear that in mind when you're selecting your product, and have a word with your mortgage advisor. Have fun, guys. Take care. Bye now.